All right, we are back with the first football Sunday of the 2023 NFL season, which means it's time for our first Sundays with Serby of the season. You can see right here, this Sunday, we have the great New York Post sports columnist, Steve Serby. He got himself a big-time interview for his weekly Q&A, and we decided to do things a little different. We decided to have Steve in person here with me in studio. So for the first time, joining me, Sundays with Serby in person, the one and only New York Post sports legend, Steve Serby. Steve.
You're much handsomer in person.
Oh, well, you know what? I've heard that before.
Oh, doesn't surprise.
I'll take it. That's not a bad thing.
Do I look heavy, by the way? I have a shirt on underneath this.
What do you mean you look heavy? You look fine.
I have a heavy shirt on underneath this. I just want the viewers to understand.
No. You look fine. You look great. People get to see you in person in the studio because we've done this remote too often. So I'm glad we get to do this. How you doing, Steve?
I'm doing great. Great. How about you?
I'm doing well. I'm better that you're here now.
Oh, you're too kind.
That's good. All right. So this week, Steve sat down with Jets quarterback Aaron Rodgers.
Well, I didn't actually sit down.
You didn't sit down. You had a phoner with him. Sorry.
Right. Well, I was sitting down, though.
You were sitting down,
yeah.
too.
And he might have been sitting down,
too. He might have been sitting down, too. But technically, you didn't sit down with him. You spoke to him on the phone for your Q&A, your weekly Q&A that we always talk about. And it was a good conversation, I'm assuming, right?
Oh, he was great. This is a rejuvenated Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
He is as relaxed and confident basically as you are hosting SNY shows.
Well, look, I try to be confident. But speaking of confidence, right, because you talked to him right before the start of the season. So I want to talk about the confidence. Where is his head right now? And what's his mindset heading into this 2023 NFL season with the Jets?
Well, look, he gets to be the savior of the New York Jets, even if he doesn't like being called a savior. But let's face it, he is. The last time the Jets won a division title, do you know that answer?
I do know that answer. You see, you keep trying to get me with the trivia. It is 2002.
Man, I can't stump this guy.
Can't stump that.
And of course, we know the last time they won a Super Bowl, January 12th, 1969, before you were born.
Yes.
Before I was born, right? Please just go along with that.
We'll say that.
And 12-year playoff drought, longest active drought. So he gets to change all that. And he has embraced New York like very few have. New York is not going to scare Aaron Rodgers. You saw him with Taylor Swift. We've seen him at Knicks games. We've seen him at Rangers games. He's loving it. He's loving being loved. And he didn't feel appreciated in Green Bay. And it was time for him to leave, just as it was time for Brett Favre to leave in 2008 and come to the Jets. Favre was one and done. Aaron Rodgers will be anything but one and done with the team that he really is looking forward to lifting from the ashes.
So he's all excited about this. You talked about the one and done because we've heard Aaron Rodgers say that he'd want to play football until he's 45. Is he really all in on playing football until his mid-40s? Is he all in on that, Steve?
Yeah, well, he said years ago that because of better nutrition and flexibility, he thinks that he could play into his 40s. But I asked him, do you think you could go until 45? And he said, well, yeah, I could. I wouldn't rule it out. And look, Tom Brady did it. And if you know Aaron Rodgers, do you know Aaron Rodgers?
I don't know Aaron Rodgers.
Okay.
I didn't get to have a phone conversation like you did, so
okay.
No, I don't.
Okay. I think he knows you, though.
No, he doesn't.
But if you knew Aaron Rodgers, you would know how competitive this guy is. And if Tom Brady can do it and win a championship for the Tampa Bay Bucks, you better believe he believes he can do the same thing for the New York Jets.
And so he's got that belief, right? He believes in all that. There's a lot of hype around this team, a lot of Super Bowl hype around the Jets.
There is? Really?
You haven't heard any of it, Steve? Where have you been? You're the sports columnist. You can't be under a rock.
I'm going to have to pick up the Post, I guess.
I'd hope you do that every now and then.
It's the only paper to pick up, okay?
That is right. You're right about that. Okay, so there's a lot of hype around this team, right? We know there's a lot of hype around the Jets. Has he thought about winning a Super Bowl in New York? And how does he believe that winning a Super Bowl in New York will impact his legacy?
Oh, well, if you win a Super Bowl with the New York Jets, look at what it's done for Joe Namath. Aaron Rodgers may end up doing pantyhose commercials the way Namath did, Johnny Walker Red commercials. Namath wrote that book. I can't wait until tomorrow. I get better looking every day. I mean, how about an Aaron Rodgers steakhouse? I didn't get a chance to ask him about that, but that would be a gold mine, wouldn't it? Opening up an Aaron Rodgers steakhouse?
That'd be pretty good.
But look, if he wins a championship with a team that has not won in 54 years, it would arguably be the biggest New York sports story of all time. Bigger than Messier, would you agree?
It has to be right up there. Yeah, I can say that.
Yeah.
But just because of how long the drought is for the Jets, yeah, I can see that.
Well, it was 54 years for Messier, too.
Messier, too, right.
But it would be the first Super Bowl in 55 years.
Yep.
And the Jets are a bigger draw, a bigger attraction than the Rangers. No offense to any hockey people out there.
No offense at all.
So he gets a chance to be Messier, and he's relishing it. He loves challenges, and this is the biggest challenge of his life.
No, it absolutely is. And I think the other biggest challenge that he might have had, Steve, was
Dealing with me, you mean?
Yeah, I think that might have been a challenge.
That's a challenge for most people.
No,
Yeah.
Steve Serby, always great. It's never a challenge for me to talk to him on Sundays.
We're done already?
Yeah, we're done. We got through this pretty quickly.
Well, I had to add one more thing about Aaron Rodgers.
Well, please go.
Another part of the appeal for him,
Yeah.
and what gratifies him so much, is being a mentor for Zach Wilson. Wilson idolized him, and now he took over for Zach Wilson. He's not taking over for Brett Favre as he did in 2008. He's taking over for Zach Wilson and Sam Darnold. You know, the Jets have used a pair of top 3 drafts in the last 4 or 5 years on quarterbacks. And because Zach Wilson wasn't the answer, now Aaron Rodgers is here. But Aaron Rodgers can help build Zach Wilson's confidence back up. And it's a win-win if he's able to do that. Now, if he plays to 45, Zach Wilson's going to have to play football somewhere else.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see. If Aaron Rodgers plays till 45, we'll see if he can deliver.
But he loves being a mentor. He loves being a mentor.
Loving it right now. So he's loving being a mentor.
Who was your mentor, by the way?
I have a lot of mentors. My biggest mentor is Jamoke Davis. So somebody mentored me at. Guess where he mentored me at, Steve?
Can I guess?
Yeah, I'm going to give you a guess.
University of Pittsburgh?
Ding, ding, ding. There you go. You just started to catch on to this.
You know, I've never met anyone as proud of their institution as you are.
I'm very proud. I'm very proud. You've probably met people prouder.
You know, DeMar Hamlin was from Pitt.
But DeMar Hamlin did go to Pitt. We will see him week 1 against the Jets. We also have Israel Abanikanda from Pitt on the Jets. So we got some picks.
Darrelle Revis, Hall of Famer.
Darrelle Revis, Hall of Famer. Curtis Martin, also Hall of Famer.
Dexter Henry, future Hall of Famer.
I agree with you. Hall of Famer right now, that is Steve Serby, the great columnist, sports columnist for the New York Post. Steve, I'm glad you joined me in studio. We got to do this again.
This was the rehearsal, wasn't it?
No, that was the real thing.
Oh.
It was the real thing. Until next week, that's Steve Serby. I'm Dexter Henry. Thanks, guys.